Good day everyone, this is Decadet Villarubia, and for today we'll be doing the navigation 213 Eplan 3C. So for the scenario description, we have, after the course lines have been laid on the charts, one of the track will pass an underwater obstruction with a minimum distance. For safe passage, the officer needs to determine the ETA during passage of the underwater obstruction and the actual depth as well as the under-keel clearance. So the ship's loaded drop is 10 meters and the ship's speed is 10 knots. With initial conditions, the vessel is about to depart from Tacloban Pilot Station with a bearing of 11 degrees, 27.5 minutes north and 124 degrees and 52 minutes east. Bound to Cabugay Bay with a bearing of 13 degrees, 32.5 minutes north and 124 degrees and 16 minutes east at 200 hours on December 7, 2020. So first we need to identify the two obstructions or underwater obstructions. So the first one is Diamante Rock and the second one is Divi Rock Bank. This is the Diamante Rock and Divi Rock Bank. This one. So first, the Diamante Rock. So in the performance criteria, we need to determine first the time of passage to the nearest underwater obstruction. So the first one is the Diamante Rock from Tacloban Pilot Station to Cabugay Bay. So in finding the time or the estimated time for the Diamante Rock, we have a formula of time equals the distance over speed. So the distance is 67 miles. We get 67 miles from the subtraction of 141.3 degrees, the to-go distance of Tacloban Pilot Station, minus the to-go distance of Diamante Rock, which is 74.4. So we'll get 66.9 and round it up, so we'll have 67 miles. So the speed is 10 knots. We simply divide 67 by 10. So time is equals to 67 over 10. And time is equals to 6.7 hours. So we can't input 6.7 hours. We need to change the decimals to minutes. So by doing that, we'll have to multiply 0.7 by 60 minutes. So 0.7 times 60 will have 42 minutes. So the time is 6 hours and 42 minutes, but this is not the ATA because we have a 2 hours from Tacloban to Cabugay Bay. So we need to add 2 hours to 6 hours and 42 minutes, so we'll have 8 hours and 42 minutes. So that is our ETA for Diamante Rock. And for the Rock Bank, same procedure, we have a distance of 137.4 miles or 137 miles. So again, subtract the to-go distance of Tacloban Pilot Station, which is 141.3, by the to-go distance of the Virac Bank, which is 3.9. So we'll get 137.4, round it up, 137. Still, the speed of the ship is 10 knots. So we need to divide 137 by 10. So the time is 13.7. Again, change the decimals to minutes. So 0.7 multiplied by 60 minutes is equals to 42 minutes. And the time is 13 hours and 42 minutes. Again, add 2 hours to the departure. So we'll have an ETA of 15 hours and 42 minutes for the Virac Bank. So in the next performance criteria, we need to determine the height of the tide during the passage of the nearest underwater obstruction. So we have a tide of height in Diamante Rock of 0.1 meters. So for the charted datum for the Virac Bank, so it is seen in the chart that it has a 46 and 49. So we'll choose the lowest number, which is 46. So that will be its charted datum. So again, the tide height as seen in the table is 0.1 meters. The drop is 10. The charted datum of 46 meters. So the observed depth, we need to add the height of tide and the observed depth, which is 46 in 0.1, so that will be 46.1 meters. Same as Diamante Rock, which has a 48.1 meters. So in finding the UKC of the vessel, we need to subtract the observed depth to the ship's draft. So in Diamante Rock, we have an observed depth of 48.1 and a ship's draft of 10 meters. So we need to subtract 48.1 by 10. So we'll have an under-keel clearance for the ship in 38.1 meters while it's traveling near Diamante Rock. And for the Virac Bank, again, we need to subtract the observed depth, 46.1 meters, by the ship's draft, it is 10 meters. So 46.1 minus 10 meters will have a 36.1 meters. That is the under-keel clearance while traveling to Kabugay Bay near Virac Bank. And that will be all for this video. Thank you so much and I hope you learned something.